the pizza song. The pizza song. This is the song about pizza, all about pizza. Pizza. This is the pizza song. This is the pizza song. I said that this is the pizza song. When I sing a pizza with lots of pizza, then you know you heard the pizza song.
Okay, today we're going to learn how to make a really simple homemade pizza so you can impress your friends, your girlfriends, future girlfriends, wife, kids, whoever you want to impress. Anyway, you won't have to buy pizza no more because this is a much healthier pizza. So I'm going to get out my ingredients and show you what it's going to take. I got one audience member here, right there. See, she's going to check it out, make sure I can do it right. She likes pizza. I don't know. She's stupid. Okay, the ingredients are pretty simple. All we need is some pizza crust, fast and easy yeast. We need sugar, about 3/4 of a teaspoon. We need about 3 teaspoons of olive oil. And then we need about maybe a teaspoon of salt. I put a couple of teaspoons in there. I like salt, but I use garlic salt. Lowry's garlic salt, I prefer. It makes the dough taste a little bit better. And of course we got flour. You can use bread flour, all-purpose flour, whatever you want. I got bread flour. And we need about 2/3 a cup of hot water, about 120 degrees. I'm going to show you why here in a second. Okay, first thing I want to do is take our yeast and I'm going to put it in the hot water. Stuff the 1 packet in there. Take our sugar. Drop our sugar in there. What we're going to do is we're going to activate the yeast. I'm going to stir the yeast. The warm water helps activate the yeast and the sugar helps feed it. Anyway, the process takes a couple of minutes. I'll show you what it looks like when the process is done. Now we're going to take our flour and we're going to just put this in there. Our salt, get our whisk. And then just kind of stir it all together. You can do this by hand if you don't have a mixing bowl. Most guys don't. The fun thing about making pizza is, I'm a guy, I'm not meant to cook. I fix things typically, like most guys. So whenever I cook, it's kind of a funny thing. You made this? Well, yeah, I made this. It's not hard. It's like making fire, right, guys? Learn how to make bread. It's just like making fire. I think cooking, however, probably impress girls more than making a fire. They don't give a crap about that. Anyway. Okay, now that we're waiting for our yeast to activate, we're going to go ahead and preheat our oven about 425 degrees. One thing I've learned about cooking and watching other people cook is everybody's got their own way of cooking. Everybody's got an ingredients they want to add. That's the beauty of it. You can do whatever you want to do as long as the main ingredients is good. Like the dough. I've messed it up about 10 times already. I think I finally got it anyway, but you can add your own kind of salt, sea salt, your oils. You can use butter. You can put an egg in there. You can add milk. Whatever you want. Whatever you feel like you need to put in there to make it taste to your needs. But this is a simple way to do it. I think it works best for me. My kitty, she'll agree too. Of course, she has no choice or she's not going to eat. Anyway, here we go. Now we are going to add the flour mixture into our mixing bowl. Of course, I'm going to use this because it's kind of hard to do this with one hand. I'm going to use this because it's easier, and I'm a guy and I like tools and gadgets, and anyway, it's easier. You can take it, and if you don't have this, do it by hand, mix it up, and then knead it. The process is real easy when you're using the pizza dough. You don't have to let it rise. Okay, I got our dough hook attachment on, and we got our yeast is ready to go. Now your yeast is going to start to foam up. It's going to separate a little bit. Let me get the camera here. It's going to separate. It's going to look like that. It's going to smell kind of yeasty. I don't know if you know what yeasty smell is, but it'll smell. Anyway, we're going to pour it into our mixing bowl here. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to start this thing up a little bit. Lock it down. There we go. I'm going to slowly start pouring this in here. You know, it's not really a science to cooking. It's more of an art. You know, they always say, well, add 2 cups of water and 2 1/4 cups of flour, but to be honest with you, it never works out. So I'll go ahead with the ingredients, and then I find myself having to add a little bit of flour, a little bit of water as I go. We're going to pour in our mixture. Pour in our oil. This is really easy stuff right here. Kind of basic. And we're just going to let it sit there, and we're going to let it do its thing until it becomes a dough. And you can kind of touch it with your fingers, and it doesn't really stick to it. And so it's kind of easy to kind of roll into a pizza crust. So it's already looking like I'm going to have to add more water to it. Hey, Kat, I'm going to need you to calm down over there. Seriously. I don't know. It's getting there. Might be perfect. You know, depending on where you're at, where you live, the humidity, dryness, it affects the amount of dough and water mixture. So most men don't like instructions anyway. We just kind of go with it, trial and error. I think I'm gonna have to add more water. Anyway, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to let this thing get right, and I'll come right back. Here's the fun part. I'm going to take a little bit of flour, put it on our countertop, take out the dough. The dough's nice and soft, a little sticky. It's perfect. I'm going to roll it into a ball. I'm making it into a ball because it's easier to make the round pizza shape instead of something looking square, but you can kind of mold it into the pan if you mess up a little bit. Anyway, it's not supposed to be perfect, right? It's got to look like you made it. Kind of form it, roll it. Now you can put, if you like your pizza crust thick, which I don't. Of course, you can use a lot more ingredient. Make it thick like a pie. I think that's how they like it in Chicago. But I don't know. I like pizza, not a whole lot of filling bread. But the good thing about this is, man, you're gonna eat this thing and you don't feel like you just ate. I don't know, usually I eat half of a pizza and I'm already full. And this thing here, I can pretty much eat it myself. It's great. Once I get it kind of the shape I want it to be in, all right, now I'm going to take my pan. Okay, I forgot one more ingredient. That's going to be cornmeal. I'm going to take a little bit of cornmeal. I'm going to sprinkle it on the bottom of my pan here. Okay, this will also kind of help it from sticking, and it tastes pretty good. Then I'm going to slide this over, bam. Then I'm going to kind of make the shape kind of make it fit on the pan here. And now I'm going to get my ingredients. I'm going to start to make pizza. Take a little bit, sprinkle it on here. Bam. Okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I got some ragu pizza sauce. Anyway, you don't have to tell nobody. I won't tell nobody. To me, it's still basically better than buying it at pizzeria. You want to get creative, you can learn how to make your own pizza sauce. I might do that. If I do, I'll share it with you. Just going to try to get it out here and kind of even it out. You don't want to really put too much pizza sauce in there. It makes it kind of soggy. On a thin crust anyway, that's what I've learned. If you're going to make a pie, a thick crust, then it'll work better with more, if you like a lot of sauce. Okay. Don't get it on the edge, because your edges are going to puff up. Of course, they won't if you put pizza sauce on it. Take a little bit of shredded mozzarella cheese. Just put a little bit of cheese here. I like cheese. And pepperoni. I like pepperoni too. So I'm just going to take the pepperoni. And we're going to kind of do this and do that, and put it here and put it there. I'll skip forward to this. I don't want to bore you with my bad impressions. I like pineapples. I'll put a little pineapple on here. I don't have any chunks. I got these crushed. I guess it all doesn't really matter. As long as it tastes good, right? I know my wife likes pineapples, so if she likes pineapples, that's what I'm going to put on here. All right. Now, I've got a bag already kind of mixed up with onions and bell peppers. So I usually keep them in the freezer. Cut them up and stick them in there. They're kind of easier to manage later. Put them in there. And of course, going to add some more cheese to it. Everything tastes better with cheese. I like parsley too, so I'm gonna add a little parsley. Like I said at the beginning, you need kind of a structure, like the dough has to be the right ingredients or it's not gonna work, but the additives, you can put anything you want on there. It doesn't matter. As long as it's what you like to eat, do it. Well, I'm gonna put it in the stove for about anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm gonna do something after it rises a little bit. I like to add a little butter, garlic butter around the crust. It makes it a little shiny and it also tastes good. So I'm gonna put it in here for about 10 minutes and then we'll add that. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of garlic spread. You can use butter and you can put in your oregano or your seasoned salt, garlic powder, onion powder, whatever you want. Anyway, take that. I'm gonna drop it in the microwave for just a second. About 15 seconds to be exact. Get it nice and melted. Then we're gonna get a brush. We take a brush like this. Of course, you don't want to get the brush out of the garage that got paint and stuff all over it. So get a clean brush, guys. I'm gonna get my pizza out of the oven real quick. Of course, it's not quite done yet, but I'm gonna take this butter, I'm just gonna kind of coat, I'm gonna coat the crust just a little bit. That's it. Back in the oven. Okay, let's check on our pizza. I think it's done. Looks done to me. What do you think, guys? I think it's done. I can't wait no more. Well, there you go. About 20 minutes. It looks nice and darker on the sides. Just gonna cut this bad boy open. We're gonna try it out. Well, homemade pizza. Looks good, it's hot. I gotta get me a piece of this. Holy crap, that's hot. It's good. Anyway, everyone's gonna love it. It doesn't take that much to cook. It takes more to try to explain how to do it. Anyway, there it is. Enjoy.
Pizza song. This is the song about pizza, all about pizza. Pizza, 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 pizza. This is the pizza song. This is the pizza song. I said that this is the pizza song. When I sing a pizza with lots of pizza, then you know you heard the pizza song. Pizza song, it's a pizza song. Pizza song, pizza, pizza. I sing a pizza, yeah, yeah. 'Cause it's a song about pizza, yeah, yeah. Hey there, you pizza song. You claim the glories of pizza song. When it looks like a pizza, smells like a pizza, then you know you're